A stunned and saddened sporting world is stopped in its tracks with the news that Shane Warne has died at the age of just 52.
It's very hard to believe, hard to fathom.
It's hard to know what to say, really.
And Shane Warne has died at the age of 52.
The shock could be felt pretty much everywhere throughout the sporting world.
Shock and disbelief that this legend of the game has died so young and so suddenly.
Absolutely shocked. Immensely sad at the news of hearing what had transpired, and it hasn't sunk in, to be honest.
Even if you don't watch cricket, you'll know the name Shane Warne. Agreed amongst many in the game as one of the greatest bowlers of all time, Warne transcended Australian cricket to become a global star. But today, at the age of 52, Shane Warne died of a suspected heart attack. Some of the numbers he accumulated were record-breaking. 708 test wickets taken, the second highest of all time. He was also part of a dominant golden Aussie era that claimed 6 Ashes.
Shane Warne.
But it was this famous delivery, dubbed the ball of the century, that he became most revered for. England's Mike Gatting completely stunned, taken, but a victim of a moment in time. Umpire Dickie Bird was in charge for that match at Old Trafford in 1993 and remembers exactly what he said to Warne after.
He was stunned. I was stunned watching it, stood there, and I said to him, "Young man, you will put your name in the record books." He just started Test cricket then, and surely enough it is.
What a way to wake up as we go to air. There's utter disbelief as Australians absorb that news that Shane Warne has died.
Just mention the name Warne and every person in this country will know exactly who you're talking about, and that is what makes the outpouring so great. The fact that we all felt such a connection to the man who is being remembered as the greatest leg spinner of all time.
Yeah, and his shocking death is being felt right around the globe. The England men's cricket team has held a minute's silence for the Aussie icon, who literally changed the game forever.
Now there's been a huge reaction from athletes around the world.
Pat Cummins wrote, "It's hard to fathom. We all idolised Warne growing up for his showmanship, will to win from any position, and his incredible skill. Players all over the world owe him so much for what he's brought to cricket." Sachin Tendulkar wrote, "Shocked, stunned and miserable. We'll miss you, Warne. There was never a dull moment with you around, on or off the field. We'll always treasure our on-field duels and off-field banter. You always had a special place for India." People, cricketers, journalists and some very famous names have all made a tribute to the great man Shane Warne, highlighting how much of an impact he has had in so many of our lives. Rest in peace, great man, the GOAT.
The loss that we're all trying to wrap our heads around is huge.
Well, I'm utterly shocked. I cannot believe my ears what I'm just hearing. One of the finest cricketer, one of the finest human being, one of the greats of all time. Simply, if you have to pick 3 names out of this world for the last 2 centuries, the Warne has to be a number 1.
I was lucky enough to meet this incredible man, and I had a net session with him and he gave me so many tips. He is the most down-to-earth cricketer I've ever met, and I will treasure the moment I had with him forever. Rest in peace, Shane. You will be missed.